Ibrahim Traore is a symbol. And a symbol is part of the system. And that is why Burkina Faso is now receiving very many visitors who are going to that. I know friends of mine from different parts of the world have been visiting Burkina Faso, and I and others actually will be visiting Burkina Faso. And this is happening because they have also demonstrated that this could possibly be the beginning of true Pan-Africanism in practical terms.
Africa must unite, and Burkina Faso has shown us the way. They have opened the doors. They have shown us that the bully can be defeated.
Death. It is time that we unite and work. We only ask to live with dignity, to live. Free. Pass the message to awaken consciences. Some leaders always try to put their people to sleep and continue to pierce their people for the benefit of the West. This must stop. Who better than you to convey this message to the different people? Africa must wake up. Young people must wake up and no longer allow the same policy continue. It is not possible. Africa is still virgin. Everything is business in Africa.
Wow, hello Africa. If Africa will not unite this time under Captain Ibrahim Traore, I think it will take another 400 years for Africans to start thinking the issue of unity. Because this time Africans are calling for the unity of this continent. Family, friends, fellow Africans, after political solution failing to unite the continent of Africa, after political way failing to unite Africans, this time Pan-Africanists have decided to take a new path of organizing a summit that will be held in Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso. Dr. Alkana Chombo, Professor Pilo Lumumba, Joshua Maponga, and many other Pan-Africanists will be in Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso to find the best way on how African continent can be united. This will be led by Captain Ibrahim Traore.
Of the upright man is a dream come true. To President Traore, the reincarnation of Thomas Sankara President Traore, who has led the struggle to complete the unfinished business that was started by our ancestors and our Pan-African leaders in 1963 when they created the Organization of African Unity. During that meeting, they demanded the creation of an Africa that spoke with one voice, an Africa that was united. That journey is yet to be finished. What is happening in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger, is just the beginning of a revolution that is way past due for Africa. Africa must unite, and Burkina Faso has shown us the way. They have opened the doors. They have shown us that the bully can be defeated. That no more shall we continue to give up our lunch. That we too need to eat. And therefore, there is no negotiating with the bully. The bully had to go, and Burkina Faso showed us how to do it. So, Mr. President, I bring you your children, descendants of the formerly enslaved. They have waited over 400 years to return the spirits of their ancestors back home to Africa. When the children of Africa were taken out of Africa as slaves, all they ever wanted to do was to come back home to Africa. Each and every one of them that you see, many of them are coming to Africa for the first time. They are bringing with them the spirits of their ancestors to put them to rest here in Burkina Faso. And that's mission number one. Mission number two, we have watched you, Mr. President. You stand for everything that we have hoped for in an African man. Courageous, fearless, and in their faces. France, unapologetically, you told France, pack your bags and go home. You, Mr. President, and the people of Burkina Faso have done it, and we have a responsibility to support you. You have over 300 million African diaspora who are looking up to you. We are here to show you that we are with you. We support you. We are behind you. And we will not let you down. Many of us were told, don't go to Burkina Faso. It's a war-torn country. Guns all over the street. Mr. President, we want you to know that the more they told us not to go to Burkina Faso, the more we ran to Burkina Faso. No one tells them not to go to Europe, to their countries of origin. Therefore, no one will tell us not to come home to Burkina Faso. So mission number two is to let you, Mr. President, know that you and the citizens of Burkina Faso have done all the heavy lifting. The least we can do is to support you. So we are here. Our third mission is to see what can we do, Mr. President, to play our part in building the Burkina Faso we want.
Yes, that is a speech made by Mama Africa, Her Excellency Ambassador Dr. Alikana Chombo-Likwao last year in Ouagadougou. This time also she will be in Ouagadougou, not to provide a speech, but to come with a solution on how Africa can unite. She will not be alone. She will be with Professor Piero Lumumba, Joshua Maponga, and the other Pan-Africanists to find the best way on how Africans or African continent can be united. This comes after political way failed for more than 6 decades. Africa is talking about unity, but till today we are not united. So Pan-Africanists have decided to find their own way to see how they can unite the continent of Africa under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore. Family, friends, fellow Africans, if you move across this continent, you will be shocked. Africans are demanding unity. Africans, they know much better than even their leaders. Their leaders, they are not understand that unity is important, but you find normal citizens, Africans, asking for the unity. At this time, they are saying they are going to unite under Captain Ibrahim Traore. Family, friends, fellow Africans, the only way for Africa to be respected is to come together. How can we compete with China? How can we compete with Europe? How can we compete with India, Brazil, as a small countries, Eswatini, Burundi, Rwanda. Is it possible? Look at the population of India, 1.4 billion people. Can Rwanda compete? That's why we are saying we want a united Africa. Africans, Pan-Africanists will be in Ouagadougou this year, while African Union are busy trying to force these countries to return what they call democratic government. Pan-Africanists have decided to join Captain Ibrahim Traore to find the best way on how they can unite the continent of Africa. So, family, friend, fellow Africans, if you have a way or solution on how we can unite, please share through the comment section, and also share this video to get more views and more thoughts from other people how we can unite this continent. We need to support our Pan-Africanist leaders such as Mama Alikana Chombo Likwao, Professor Pierre Lumumba, Joshua Maponga, even Mr. President himself, Captain Ibrahim Traore, to find the best way how we can unite this continent. You know, it doesn't make sense that a richest continent is the poorest continent. Richest in terms of natural resources, but poor in life. We need rightful leadership. And leadership can be found from within, from leaders who are courageous like President Traore. And that's why you see Pan-Africanists have decided to go to Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso. All of us, we know that Captain Ibrahim Traore is a symbol of hope, is a symbol of unity, is a symbol of resilience. And this time we are saying we are going to unite under Captain Ibrahim Traore. As I said, if Africa will not unite this time under Captain Ibrahim Traore, I think it will take another 400 and more than 400 years for Africans to realize the importance of unity. We failed to unite during slavery. We failed to unite during colonialism. We have failed even this time to unite. So leaders who are in offices, politicians, must understand that the only salvation for Africa is to unite. I know politicians, they fear to be ministers. All politicians want to be a president. They dreams to be a president. And they're so eager when they see Captain Ibrahim Traore being in love, being in the hearts of millions of Africans. So they will try to make sure that Africa is not going to unite. They're working closely with our enemies. We have seen leaders such as Alassane Ouattara of Cote d'Ivoire, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and many others. They are working closer to those who have been undermining our sovereignty. But this time, young people, you have responsibilities to wake up and to choose whether you want your generation to suffer. I mean, for more than 50 years, or to unite and liberate this continent economically. Let us, everyone, ask yourself, what have you done for the continent of Africa? Today, you refer Kwame Nkrumah. You know what Kwame Nkrumah did. Today, you refer Thomas Sankara. You know what Sankara did. Today, you refer to Muhammad Ali Gaddafi. You know what Gaddafi did. You refer to Patrice Emery Lumumba. You know what Lumumba did. So what have you done so that the coming generation will say, we have someone, or that generation did this? What our generation has done? That's the question that we need to ask ourselves. It is paining that this continent, with all these resources, still we are poor. Still we are being referred as a begging continent. How this comes? It doesn't make sense. It looks like we are not conscious. We are not human beings. When God created Africa, given all resources, Africa has water, rivers, lakes. Africa has sun. Everything is in the continent of Africa. Other continents are too cold, but Africa is too hot. If you go in the southern, too cold a little bit. If you go to northern, cold a little bit. If you come into the middle, You find all kind of weather are found in Africa. We have deserts, we have forests in Congo Basin, we have desert, as I said, in Sahel, in Kalahari. We have tropical environment. If you go in the eastern part of the continent, you find these weed animals. We have everything. What we lack is rightful mindset that we Africans, we can. Now we are wondering what Captain Ibrahim Traoré is doing. There's those who are trying to undermine the initiative made by Captain Ibrahim Traoré. We know them, and we know they are being used, but this time we are saying we are going to unite under Captain Ibrahim Traoré. So, yes, maybe we will fail, but I don't believe that we will fail. We will fail because we are not committed. But if we are so committed, Africa will unite. These politicians can follow what we want if Africans will decide. If we say we want a united Africa, we can tell our leaders, and we must ask them when they campaign for elections, what are you going to do toward a united Africa? What are you going to do? Of course, we know if you ask them, they will try to find corners because they are not ready to be ministers. But if they have a good wishes to this continent, they have to talk about unity. They have to surrender their power and toward a united Africa. If Africa, today, you know, sometimes you wonder, Africans, we are praising America. America is developed. America is so powerful. But they fail to understand one thing. America is united. Is USA, United States of America. States united. That's why America today is so powerful. People are talking about China. China is so united. 1.4 billion people are united. Now Chinese are here in the continent of Africa, finding resources, not for the benefit of Africans, but for the benefit of their nation. The same to Indians, Brazilians. Look, Europeans have been giving this example many times. When the Europeans wanted to conquer Africa and to take Africans into slavery, they came together. They sat down in Berlin. They united and divide Africa like a cake. You Portuguese, take this. You France, take this. You UK, take this. You Belgium, go to the forest of Congo. You Spanish, go to Guinea. That's what they did. So to undo these things, we need to come together. That's the only solution for we Africans. Without coming together, family, friends, fellow Africans, we are going nowhere. We can speak all time until we die, even from our graves. We can speak if there's a possibility to speak, but nothing will change until the generation that will come and realize the importance of unity. What this generation is lacking is unity. We are not lacking resources. We are not lacking knowledge. We are not lacking money. What we lack is unity. Money is there. We are standing on wealth, on minerals, but because of this unity, we are not adding value to our natural resources. We are giving these resources to other people, to Chinese, to Europeans, to Americans, to Russians. And recently you heard Russia has signed an agreement of uranium in eastern part of the continent. So resources are going out there. And today you say Russia is so strong. Russia is powerful. Why? Because they are so united and they are looking for the opportunities. We cannot look opportunities in division ways. African politicians must sit down. They must stop. So African leaders must start having a conversation about development, about unity. Right now, Europeans are united. The people in Europe move free from one country to another. So our leaders must stop entertaining politics. Instead, they have to work for the interest of their people. If they don't do so, young people will take actions. We have seen what happened in Kenya, in Nigeria, in SARS, and in Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, in Tunisia. So Africans, young people want changes. Africans is not a playing ground. Africa is a continent that can lead the world. And that's why this time you see Africans united under Captain Ibrahim Traore. So we want to see one day Africa is leading the world. Africa becoming a superpower. It is possible because we have everything. These countries that they so-called superpower, they are taking resources from Africa. They are so powerful because of African resources. So why Africa that own these resources not being a powerful? So we need to change our minds. We need to start thinking right. If we need to unite, the only solution for we Africans to achieve, to move in the right direction, and to prosper, is to unite. Even the family, if father, mother, and children are not united, are not speaking with one voice, the family will be broken. That's why we are saying, as African family, we need to come together. Things will start in Burkina, in Ouagadougou. We hope the message will spread across the continent and even to the diaspora, that the time for Africa to come together is now. Even if our politicians will not unite, we, the people, the citizens, will unite. If you are Kenyan, love your neighbor, Ugandan, Tanzanian, Ethiopians, Somalians. If you are maybe Ugandan, love your neighbor. We, the citizens, if we can unite, we can push leaders to unite. If you're South African, love Botswanas, love Zimbabweans. Don't call them makwelekwele. Love Nigerians. Yes, you may say maybe Nigerians are coming to take our jobs, but we are Africans. We are Africans. If we can create enough job, if we can unite, we can create enough job, and we can have a surplus of jobs. But because we are so divided, that's why a few countries that looks like they're moving in upward, like South Africa, maybe Nigeria a little bit, Egypt. That's why people are running to those countries. But if we can make Congo industrial hub for the continent of Africa, we can create jobs. If we can make Sahel agricultural hub, we can make jobs. There's no reason for Africans to cry for jobs, to fight for jobs, to fight for crumbs. So family, let us not speak for too long. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being part of this movement. Thank you for joining this big family of Making Africa Great. If you're new, make sure that you subscribe to join this big family. And if you've already subscribed, do these two things: like the video and also share this video to other Africans. After that, I have no more to share. Let me say one thing: stay in power, a luta continua. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa.